Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to see all of you here today for day one of our Create Your Online Course in 3 Days challenge. My name is Maria Cristal, and I'll be guiding you every step of the way to turn your knowledge into a profitable online course. Whether you're a coach, consultant, therapist, content creator, an expert, this challenge is for you. Let's start talking about why we're here. Online courses are one of the best ways to scale your impact, to help others, to create a new income stream, basically. And if you've been wanting to share your knowledge on a larger scale, this challenge will give you the exact tech roadmap to make that happen quickly and effectively in 3 days. I know many of us feel sometimes like intimidated by the idea of creating a course. It can feel like a huge project, and maybe you're wondering if you have the time, the tech, the skills, the expertise. And I want to assure you that this challenge is designed to make it easy, to make it clear and doable for you. A quick overview of what we'll be covering these next 3 days. Each day will tackle a specific part of building your online course. Today, on day one, we're going to focus on the structure of that course. We will see which products you can build with Kajabi, create the outline, and start personalizing the templates, the look and feel for your students. Tomorrow, we're going to work on the student's experience by setting up a welcome email, adding an interactive quiz, and even designing a certificate of completion. And finally, on day three, we will go over how to sell your course by creating the checkouts page, customizing a sales page, and even creating discount codes if you need. And obviously, we have to link all of this to create a smooth buying process for your audience. Each session will be hands-on and focused on helping you progress. I also want to highlight that if you decide to join Kajabi through my affiliate link, mariataveras.com/Kajabi, you'll receive some incredible done-for-you bonuses. So it's not usual to get done-for-you services, but in this opportunity, you can find the link. And if you find those bonuses exclusively for these 3 days, they're all yours, okay? So today, the goal is to lay the foundation of your course. Basically, we're going to create the structure, we are going to customize a template, and we're going to build the navigation menu. Make sure you have something to take notes on. Make sure you sign up to Kajabi and start building today. It will be very hands-on, and I want you to leave with a clear structure of how to do this, okay? I'm so excited to dive in with all of you. And remember, the key to success in this challenge is taking action every day. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Today is about setting a foundation and making progress. You're in a supportive space. I'm an online business strategist, and I'm here for you. And we're all here to learn together. So let's dive in. Before we jump into the Kajabi dashboard, I want to share a bit about me and my background. As I introduce myself, I'm Maria. I'm from the Dominican Republic. I started working at an early age. My mom passed away when I was 15. My parents were divorced. And yes, I was able to move in with my dad, or he moved in with us. He was living in a different city, and he made it easier for us by moving home. Let's say easier because I didn't have to change my complete environment, like moving to a different city, having new friends, going to a different school, which losing your mom was too much already, right? So since my mom passed away when I was early age, and my dad had 2 heart strokes during his life, he's healthy, thankfully, thank God for that. I've always been afraid of losing him as well. I was afraid of losing him, and who will be in charge of myself? How will I afford a living? I went to one of the best American schools. My family wasn't rich. We were middle class, maybe a bit lower, but they sacrificed so that I went to the best American school in my city. And So I always wanted to keep that life. I was surrounded and inspired by my friends, their parents, they owned businesses and everything they did. And I always wanted that. I always wanted more. So I knew I had to forge my future, right? So I started working at early age. When I was 18, I went into college. I started studying business management, and that first year in college, at least in my country, they start teaching you the basics of math again, kind of school. And I was frustrated. I was like, okay, I didn't graduate high school to come to high school again. So I started applying to different jobs. I wanted to make money. I worked in a call center midnight. It was the only vacancy they had. I worked in American Airlines for a while as an agent, and I worked in a store. And in this store, I managed everything: digital marketing, social media wise, branding, events. In a time where there was no Instagram, there were no Facebook fan pages, but I created a social media profile. I did email marketing. And every time I shared celebrities using the brands we represented, we sold. So one day I'm like, why don't I do this for many people? And that's how I decided at the age of 21 to become an entrepreneur. Back in 2011, I started Solusync, my own agency. And from there on, I never stopped learning about digital marketing, branding. I got obsessed. I did my master's in digital journalism and marketing. I did a certifications as an online consultant. And by 2018, the college I went to invited me to become the digital marketing professor. I was so afraid. I've always had fear of speaking in public and so on. So I was very afraid, but I said yes. And I discovered a passion to teach. My students will always give me so much good feedback of how what I taught them impacted their lives. So eventually I'm like, okay, why don't I teach more people? And that's how in 2019, I launched my own academy or school offline. It was a physical place where I had my office, and I started teaching digital marketing, photography, mobile photography, web design, Facebook ads, everything that I usually applied in the agency to companies, I applied to my own school. It was a pleasure working with a client that would say yes to everything, right? To all strategies. And I started selling, and that went very well in 2019. However, in 2020, pandemic hit. And that's when I finally chased a dream. When the pandemic hit, I always wanted to have an online school. I always wanted to have an online business, but I was afraid. I was so afraid of investing in softwares. I was letting the day-to-day of work, the hustle, not allow me to try something I was dreaming of. So pandemic hit, my school closed, some clients from the agency left. And then I'm like, okay, now how am I going to make money? So I signed up for a Kajabi free trial in March of 2020 and discovered that Kajabi did evergreen funnels. I was like, oh, wow, I've been studying this for years and using the Frankenstein mode of many different platforms and softwares all separately. And before my trial ended, and before I even paid for Kajabi, I sold my first $1,000. So from then on, I've scaled that online business to 6 figures. And I was looking forward to scale more. So I decided to do a certification as an online business coach. When I started doing the certification, my own mentor started recommending clients to me. And that's how I became an online business strategist. I became a Kajabi partner. I've earned up to 5 figures, almost 6 figures as a Kajabi partner, helping entrepreneurs like you start and succeed. And as an online business strategist, then did a program all specialized in Kajabi, the Heart-Centered Apprentice program. It's not an official Kajabi certification, but it's the best one I've done before. And since then, my agency and I, as a strategist, we're focused on helping coaches, creators, consultants, experts like you to build and automate their business. And I'm strategic, but I really want you to get things done. And that's why we're here today. Besides all that, I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of a beautiful toddler. I thank God every day for this beautiful baby. And today I'm 36 weeks pregnant. So in 2 to 3 weeks, my baby girl will be here as well. And I'm a strategist. And I really hope that today changes your life, transforms your life. You get things done that you've been procrastinating on and you start selling. That's what I want for you. So let's begin. An important reminder before I open Kajabi and start building all of this, there's no magic wand. There's no magic wand for online courses. This is not magic. If you don't work, it won't work. People are dreaming of passive income, but you have to set a foundation. And many people will see results sooner or on a larger scale or later, but the strategy works. There's so many entrepreneurs online making a lot of money. So I think it's the mindset and taking action. If we're not selling something every day, wake up and ask yourself, what am I selling today? If we are not pitching any offer, why will people purchase from us? So is passive income really possible? Absolutely, but it doesn't mean you don't have to work, okay? Passive income means that you will put an effort, an initial work, build a structure, and gain disproportionate scalable income over time. So set up this foundation and your efforts will continue to pay off even when you're not actively working. But to make money while you sleep, you have to be working when you're awake so that you can achieve freedom, flexibility, income by building a knowledge-based business. Why an online course? With an online course, you open new possibilities for your business and for your personal brand. You can reach a larger audience. You can create an extra source of income. It's scalable. You can reuse that content how many times you want, right? And obviously the passive income. And then the low cost. People tell me, oh, Kajabi is expensive. But so many are willing to be paying a rent for a space, a public space that you have to pay so many bills, build the structure, have clients come in. When Kajabi, imagine you're renting the space to build because it's a system, it's a platform, but it doesn't work like magic on itself. It needs strategy. It needs a good offer. It needs an expert like you to build inside, okay? What do we usually need to create an online school, to create an online course? Your domain, that name.com that you're going to use. For example, my website is mariataveras.com. The hosting, which is the server that you can pay so that people can actually see the files on that domain. Your website, emails, how will you send them emails? Where will you host your videos? A checkout to receive payments, and a platform. So there are many platforms out there, but my favorite one is Kajabi. Kajabi is an all-in-one solution that has worked for me. So why would I promote anything else? Okay. So it was built to build and sell online courses, but it's an all-in-one solution that offers you being able to not only launch that course, but build your website, do email marketing, have your payment gateways, build landing pages, build funnels, include your videos, create a mobile app, create communities, and so much more. Which are the products that you can create on Kajabi? The community. So maybe you want more than just a course, to have your customers doing interactions there, fostering a community around your brand. There's a product for that. You have live sessions. You don't need Zoom inside that community. It's like a Facebook group. You create events, you have a feed, you have the chat, and I use it as a membership. So I combine inside an offer a community product with a course product inside Kajabi, and that's a monthly subscription. That's how I built my membership. We also have the coaching products, and I have trainings on all of these different products if you want to start building today. You go to mariataveras.com/launch, and let me add that to the chat just so that you guys can have that link. If you want to learn more, I have trainings on all of these so that you can start building today. There I shared the link if that works for you. Okay, so coaching inside Kajabi allows you to do one-on-one or group sessions where you can personalize the experience. It's like having a Zoom. You can do breakout rooms. You can add notes. Your coachee can add notes as well. They book their calls. If it's a group, you book the calls for everyone. It's incredible. The podcast. If you already have a podcast somewhere else and you're going to start using Kajabi, bring that in. I have a tutorial, a full tutorial on how to do that as well. And you just have to upload the episodes and the image, and it will make sure it goes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere. Newsletters, Kajabi's latest products. I think it's amazing. Why? Because you offer great value on written content if you want to monetize written content, but you have subscribers breaks and paywall breaks. So people can be reading and then it says, oh, you have to subscribe to keep on reading this. And then you have to pay to keep on reading that. So imagine, for example, as an online business strategist that I tell you why you need a lead magnet on your site to gain traffic. Then I have a subscriber break to show you the how-to. And then I have a paywall break to give you all the prompts and the framework that you need to build all of this together. So that's how the newsletter can work for you. You also have downloads on Kajabi. So if you want to sell guides, templates, ebooks, you can use this. In my opinion, the only thing about downloads on Kajabi is each download is a product. So depending on your Kajabi plan, create a ghost offer. What is a ghost offer? You do a checkout page, people pay, and you send that file through email. Instead of, obviously, this is amazing, but if you're not ready to afford the pro plan of Kajabi, then let's stick to ghost offers, okay? And finally, the courses. I don't want you to see Kajabi as I only have to build a course. It could be a course, a membership, a certification, or a resource hub, a resource center for your clients, where you offer educational content, more value, a library of resources, step-by-step trainings. So it doesn't only have to be an online course. Use it as a teaching tool, use it as a resource center. And we're gonna see now when we dive in how you can use the AI content assistance if you have no idea on how to structure the content of your course, okay? So let's begin the tech side because that's what you came in for, right? Today, we will build the structure. We will customize our templates and see how we can customize the navigation menu. Tomorrow, we will work on the student experience. And on day 3, we will build our sales funnel, okay? If you're watching this before November 15th, you have access to an incredible offer of Kajabi. Kajabi is offering only until Friday, November 15th, 50% off for your first year for 12 months. On their website, they only have 6 months. But if you use my link, mariataveras.com/Kajabi, then you can get 12 months plus my exclusive bonus package, which is I'll set up everything for you. I'll set up your up to 10 lessons for your first course so that you gain momentum, customize your templates, and build your basic sales page connected to your checkout so you can start selling. Additional to this, I'm going to provide you with my Kajabi Kickstart course, a step-by-step on how to begin, how to record, how to create your presentations. And you have access to my Facebook group where you can ask me questions whenever you want or just reach me by email. I'm an open book, okay? If you want a 30-day trial or initially instead, or you're watching this after November 15th, don't worry. You can always sign up to a 30-day free trial with my link, mariataveras.com/Kajabi, and I'll provide you with my Kickstart course, access to my group, and when you become a Kajabi paying customer, a 60-minute strategy call for me to help you build and do everything you need that you haven't progressed on, okay? So let's start and let's build. Day 1, the course structure. So let me share on my screen my Kajabi demo account. If anyone can tell me, please, on the chat that you're actually seeing my Kajabi screen. If you're not able to write on the chat, open the video on YouTube, okay? So we're inside Kajabi already. This is a demo account that I'm using to show you today. Let me put my computer with easier access to me right here. Okay. And let's start building. So one of my affiliates, I asked her if she was ready to launch her course, and I asked her to provide some of her content so I can help her build. And that's what we're going to prepare today. So to build your first course, you're going to go to products and click on courses. And let's click on new course. Let me open my details here. Her name is Aranza, and she's going to have a short mini course on Christmas recipes. So the title is Christmas with Aaron Cooks, and you would add your description here. She's going to offer 6 videos on 6 recipes for Christmas. If I toggle this off, I build from scratch. If I toggle it on, I use the AI content assistance. I'm sorry if at some points I lose my breath. Remember, I'm 36 weeks pregnant, so sometimes I feel like I can't breathe well. So when I toggle this on, it will generate use AI to build the idea of the content structure. Let's click next. And now I need to define the branding colors of her brand. So I have some of the colors here, and I'm just going to start adding them to the product. This accent color, for example, for her brand. So this is, you need to know your hex codes for your brand to be able to do this. These are the colors of her brand and a thumbnail image that represents her course. I'm going to upload a file that she shared with me. This is the image that she shared with me. So I'll just add it right there. It could also be, I usually do inside Canva, a pretty image with the name of the course. This was quick. She provided all the content, but you can do more for your thumbnail image, basically. Since I have no payments processor connected in this account, it's not allowing me to create a paid offer. However, which payment processors does Kajabi use? PayPal, Stripe. Stripe allows people to use their credit card, and Kajabi Payments. Kajabi Payments, at the moment I'm recording this live, is available in the United States, Australia, and soon it will be available in Europe. This is autumn 2024, so if you see this at some other point, just know that eventually it will be available in your continent, right? So basically, what is Kajabi Payments? Like Stripe, but white labeled. However, it allows you to use Apple Pay, Google Pay, Afterpay, and Klarna, where Afterpay and Klarna allow people to pay in different multiple payments. However, they pay you upfront. Okay, so that's amazing. If you can obviously connect Kajabi Payments today. So I'm going to click next. If I were able to add the pricing, I have different options. I can do a one-time payment of, let's say, 30. That's the cost of her course. I could do a subscription model where people can pay me weekly, monthly, or annually, or a multiple payments. Let's say 3 payments of 27 in this case. That's more similar to what she's building. And if it's a one-time payment, you can use the pay what you want, where you define a minimum price, like $7, and let's see what people are willing to pay for this. And I've heard great stories about heroes. The heroes are Kajabi users that have already sold, that say they've actually received 20% more than what they expected because they used the pay what you want. Okay, so I'm going to click next. And now the AI assistant is creating a landing page for me. It's a waitlist page, an email that I can announce that waitlist, but most importantly, the outline. I just used the AI assistant because I wanted you to understand how it works. So it gave me ideas of, the introduction model, classic Christmas recipes, delightful drinks to warm your heart, and each lesson it created adds some content. Obviously, this is not about AI. This is about you having the experience to actually transform and serve people. So I don't want you to simply use AI for this. How do you create your own structure? Okay. So I have here the recipes she was going to use. Up top on the right, let me remove this sticky that I have my to-do list there. Click Add Content and add your model. So, for example, I'll just add one that says recipes. And I can add an image if I want. Yes, do add an image on all your thumbnails. Ideally, a thumbnail that represents that model or lesson. Okay. I wish I had all the images for each of her recipes, but I don't. That's taking its time, so I'm just going to click create. Now I can add more contents here, like a lesson, for example, one of the recipes, and I'll be able to add videos, photos, downloadable files, or I can create a submodel as well. And why do I want to show you this first? Because let's say that if she has 6 recipes, she wants to drip this content. You can have everything published so that people purchase today and they are able to see everything, or you can drip the content. So for example, let's say that the new submodel will be the recipe for her. For recipe number 1, I could add an image if I want. You are not able to drip lessons, only models and submodels. That's why I'm doing this so you can see. So imagine this is done. If I click on publish on my submodel and on my model, sorry, I can drip lesson 1. So imagine people come in today, they pay today, they have access to that one. So I'll just leave that one as published, right? But now I can add my lesson 2. And I don't want them to be able to see this yet. I want them to wait until day 2. Okay, this is taking its time and now I can't click there. There's like an issue with the images today. But anyways, I'm going to drip day 2. So for 1 day so that they can't see this until they finish watching lesson 1, day 1. Then day 2 and so on. You add as many drips you want. Let's add the following one, for example, just for you to see. I can drip this one as well. Okay. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Let me refresh because no images are getting added. But the point is I want you to see this. Okay. And now let me add the lesson to this first recipe because obviously the submodel doesn't have that content. So I created this lesson. I open it and I can add the video. I don't have the video right now, so I'm not going to add it. I can add an audio file and I could add my full recipe here, text, formattings, headings, colors, images, and embedded code if you want. For example, that's also something you can use. If you have a file, you want the recipe to be added as a file, as a PDF. If you have a workbook, a worksheet, you would add your files here. If you want to automate something, for example, when they finish this lesson, then send them an email, add a tag or anything, you can add automations as well. And if you want to actually have comments inside, you can define here. Or in the general settings of your course, you're going to hide, lock, or keep visible all the comments together. If I were done, I would click publish, okay? And let me just add an image again to see if it uploads now, because otherwise when we're customizing, we will have blank gray images everywhere, okay? So we would keep adding all of our lessons here. Remember, add content, lesson, or model or submodel, and then you can add a video, an audio, or downloadable file and text. Next, I want you to go to settings. And why do I want to show you this? First of all, you can modify the content, so the title, description, the thumbnail image. However, if you are going to have live calls, Q&As, group coaching, you can do live video sessions inside your course. So you would come in, toggle this on, click on premium video, and let's say, for example, it's a weekly Q&A, and we're going to see each other every Wednesday at 9 a.m. ET. And I'm going to choose automatically upload my recordings and publish these lessons. If I create a community product, you can see it here. That's the one I told you is like a Facebook group. You have feeds, you have chats, and I have an amazing tutorial already on YouTube about Kajabi communities, but they're revamping soon. So I'll bring a new tech training for you on how to build your own community. However, basically this is, if you're going to have the community, they can access the community inside your course without going from one product to the other, okay? So let's click save. And now I don't only have my models and submodels. I can also go live, okay? How this works, if I click on go live and I had students inside, I can be able to notify them through email that I'm going live now. So I love this because yes, I'm a friend of sending reminders because I forget everything, so I need reminders. However, this will notify in the moment you go live. So let's say yes, and it opens up my live video. So it's just like Zoom. We would choose my camera, we would choose the microphone. Here I can decide any effect if I want to change my background and so on. My video quality, if you're at some point where you don't have the best network, you can change the quality of your video here. And I'm going to click join. And imagine I have all my students in here. So I have the speaker view, or I have the grid view where I would be able to see everyone. I can turn off my camera, my mic and my camera whenever I want. I can see everyone who's inside. I can chat. I can share my screen. For example, it's going to look like Inception, but yes, I can share my own screen. I can record this, and I can even do breakout rooms like we do on Zoom. If I would have people here, I can mute them or mute their cameras or whatever I need. Okay. This is up to 200 participants per session only up to now, up to date. So let's click leave, and that's how you do live sessions inside the Kajabi online course. Which products allow you to do live sessions? Course product, community product, and the coaching products inside Kajabi. Okay. Now we're done with our settings, and let's say we have all our content. I'll just start publishing some of them so that you can see how that looks. Let's click on preview. I don't have thumbnails on, so it's not going to look so pretty, but you can see here that it added a template for me. So we have to customize this template now because we want to have our own look and feel, okay? How do we do this? We go to customize, and there are different templates that you can use from. For example, just a heads up, this sunset template back at Kajabi here live, Natalie Ellis from Boss Babe said that's the template she uses for her 8-figure membership, for example. So I loved hearing that because it's an 8-figure membership, and sometimes clients come to me like, oh, I want more, I need a programmer, and she builds an 8-figure membership with a very simple template that's already inside Kajabi. Okay, you have also the Gamify from Jiffy Courses, from Bastian, where you can automate, for example, badges when people progress. Okay, but we're not gonna choose any different one. I want you to customize the basic things because I want you to start selling right now. I don't want you to complicate yourself at all. Just start selling, create this course. Okay, so now I'm inside my products, and we're going to customize. And let me see if I can put myself a bit smaller here so you can see better the screen. This is what I love about tech, how everything works while you're working. Okay, so the first thing I like to do when I'm building is go to settings and add the favicon. What is the favicon, for example? If I see my website, my agency, and my online school, you see that little symbol, how it changes? It's the avatar or favicon of each brand. So it helps people see which tab is which on their browser. So basically, that's the favicon. You can add it here if you want. I think she provided me with some of her, let's see. This could be, however, it's white. I don't have another content from her, so I'm just going to share that. However, ideally, don't use white so people can actually see it. Let's go back, and the typography. In her case, her fonts are Poppins, so I'm going to change all of this to Poppins. And I love changing colors and fonts because it starts changing everything. For example, one that makes it look very different is when you add Playfair to the headings. Look at that. So it looks very different inside, but I'll keep Poppins because of the brand I'm using now. And the dark font color, I'm going to change it to this color that she uses with her brand. And I'm going to add that little pink to the lightest color here. Obviously, you have to know which colors you want to use so that the look and feel, the aesthetics are like your brand, okay? I'm going to go back, and then the colors that I want to use here, it already chose some of the ones I added. Messaging, if Kajabi shows them a message. Your general appearance. So for example, if you want the full background to be pink, we can do that. Let's see how that looks there. Okay, just adding. And you can use a background image. An idea of how I've used background images, for example, inside this membership, let me show you how it looks. This is a yoga membership, and I used her logo there. I don't know if you can see very well that this image. Let me zoom in a bit. We used her logo as the background on repeat, but with a very subtle color so that it doesn't bother people. So this is how it looked before she was working with us, and this is how it looks now. So that's an idea of how you can use a background image, basically. You can also define, let's go back. Okay, so that's on settings. The first thing I always do when I'm building on Kajabi is fix the settings because of font, colors, branding. Now we have a header here. On that header, you can decide if you want a text logo or an image. If you have your image, why not? And when people click here, do they go to your website or to the product home? I prefer they go to the products. Let's say they want to go back to the main models. So I always use product home inside a course. On your site, obviously, that's going to be your site. Let's upload her logo. And I saw on her website that she uses a dark background here. So we're going to choose a dark background as well. Let's put 80 here so that the logo looks a bit bigger, or 70, that's too big. I can define which menu. So even though I was going to do this at last, I click edit, and I can create a members only menu. Well, there's one here already that has a dashboard, the member directory, and announcements. But let's say you have a community on a Facebook group or anything else and you want to add content. On any menu, you can add a product, a page, or a link. So you would add this link here and modify the members menu. So this doesn't have to be the same menu you use on your home page. You can always use a specific navigation menu for each course, okay? If you are going to use this in another language, for me, for example, Spanish is my mother tongue, then, and my audience is in Spanish as well, I can translate everything. So the platform, the backend is in Spanish, but you can definitely translate all your content to whichever language you want. You can add an announcement up top if you need to announce something that would have a link. And I want to change the background to have it as she has it on her site, but it's not the pink color that she's using. It's this one, okay? And now I can go back. That was working on my header. And I don't want, let me see if I can change the text to white instead of the pink right there. Okay. Let's go back. And now we have a hero section. So inside this hero section, I can add an image, for example, and I wanted to show you this. So again, people tell me, oh, Kajabi is so expensive, but Kajabi has so much to offer. For example, they're paying Adobe Express for you. So if you don't have a file and you need an image, let's find an image on Adobe Stock inside Kajabi, like having Canva inside Kajabi. And we're going to find a Christmas recipe. And let's say I add this same image. Click save. It says they're working on the file. And obviously I have to add some transparency to this overlay so I can actually see that, okay? So let's click save. And imagine you want to use AI, you do it. Or you want to modify your own image, you can also do that inside Kajabi, or simply upload your image. If I want to align this to the left, to the right, to the center, I can. If I want to make it larger, the space on that hero section, I can. Or if I want it very small as well. You have the product info, and there's a start button here. Let's change the color to dark on the text. That was the text that I wanted to change, so people can actually read that. You can translate whatever you want here. If you want an outline button instead of a solid, you can do that. Make it larger, smaller, whatever you want, even full width, you can, okay? And now you can also add product information. We already have a start button, a call to action if you want to send them elsewhere, or if you want to add a text, you can. Let's go back. And now we have a welcome body that we are not seeing here, but that we can activate. So for example, if you want to have an introduction text inside that they will always see, you can add it. If you want to have a video that they always see when they come in that explains the different access the community, do this or do that, you can do also. So you would have to activate that welcome body. I usually add videos, like a welcome video, to my own courses, okay? So I'm gonna deactivate, well, I'm gonna leave it there for now. Then we have all our course syllabus, right? And you can decide if you're gonna show it as modules, which are categories, or the post. Yes, now it says module and lessons outside, but Kajabi used to call it categories and posts, and in the back end, it's still there. So that's why you might be like, what are categories and posts? You can translate the contents here. And if you want to add your community widgets, you would have to choose your community, your access group. There's a sidebar, and this is where everything gets very interesting. Why? Because as of now, it only shows the course progress. But what can you add to that sidebar? Cross-selling. So let's say you have another product. You can cross-sell that product here. Add a call to action, change the content it says if you want, show the offer price if you want. So you can cross-sell other products. You can add a custom blog that allows you to add a title, an image, and any description and text that you want here. So for example, if you have a Slack group, Facebook group, and you want to add it here, or you want to share a lead magnet, you can also do that. If you want to add a simple image that has a link to click, you can do it as well. And if you want to share your own information, so here obviously you're going to put your mentor, for example. If on your Kajabi site settings you fill this in, it will auto-populate if you click there. Otherwise, if you have different features, you can always change the files. So for example, let's add her image just so you can see how that looks. Save, upload, and I can always put all her information here. I could add her biography if I had it, and just so you know, you can add HTML code here. For example, if I wanted this to be in bold, I can do that. If I want to have two different paragraphs, I would add breaks. So just so you know that on the instructor area, you can use code to customize things. I'm going to click save. And now, let's say our initial product home is ready, but it's very, very, very important for you to customize more things inside your product. So up top, you can see how this looks in mobile if you want. However, what's most important, you click here and you access each of these. For example, your post is your lesson. How does your lesson look inside? And the sidebar is not the same as the product home. So if you want, for example, the core lesson progress here, you have to come to your post sidebar, and add, where is it? Oh, they don't have this there. Okay, so you can add downloads, video downloads, if you're willing to allow people to download your videos. I thought the lesson progress was going to be there, but it's not. The download, the images, the cross-selling, the custom blog, and the instructor as well, if you want to add it again. So you can always add content to your sidebar on lessons. We have the breadcrumbs here. What are breadcrumbs? Like that legend that tells them how far inside they are. And we can change, translate if, for example, instead of a slash, you want a line, or a dot, for example. We can do that as well. And we can change the colors. Let's say that everything is white, but on the specific one, it's going to be dark so that they know. Let me click save. And I don't have a video right now. However, the video player Could be inline now as you see it, simple without the right list. I prefer inline so people know what's next. Or remove your video if you're not gonna have a player inside. The player color, we don't have a video, so we won't see it, but you can choose which color will have the play button and so on, and this background as well. So if I want, for example, the same brand color she has, there I can add it. Okay, so I could click save. I could translate everything in here. After they watch one video, it will auto advance if I check mark this, and I can choose the delay. So it says next lesson will begin in, and you define the time. The search, when they're searching, if you have to translate any content, comments here in here to translate. Comment section, if you have to translate to a different language, come in here. And announcements. Announcements are announcements that you send your students. So how do I send an announcement? Let's go back. When we're on our product, if I click here announcements, I can send them any announcements, and they'll receive an email if I click share on email. So if they go to our announcements page, they can see all announcements. For example, I have a 12-week digital business launch program in Spanish, and every week I send them an announcement on which lessons and worksheets they have to fill in to be up to date with the program and actually get results. I'm very results oriented in that way. Even with my courses, I really want people to accomplish things. I know I can guide and I can't do it for them unless they pay me, right? But I really want people to gain results. So I have a purpose of reaching at least 1 million people, helping them build their online business and live life on their terms. So I really want people to start telling if I can't accomplish my goal in life, my purpose, if people don't get results. So now we have our outline and we customized the look and feel of our course. Okay. I hope you got something new out of all of this. I really hope that you can start building today. Remember to sign up to Kajabi, mariataveras.com/Kajabi. And tomorrow we will work on day 2. We will build a welcome email. We will build a quiz and a certificate of completion for your students' experience. Remember to sign up to Kajabi, mariataveras.com/Kajabi. Make sure you use that 50% offer. Kajabi had never shared this before. I don't think it's coming back, or not for now. And I'll build with you. I'll provide the framework to the ideal copy of your sales page. I'll build it for you, your checkout page, and add up to 10 video lessons with my team for you. Besides that, I'm going to give to you a Kajabi Kickstart course, have access to me on the group, and obviously have 12 months of a 50% discount on Kajabi. When you sign up, think about your vision for the following year. Why? Because choose a plan that makes sense to you. Kickstarter has only one product. That even a coaching session, a downloadable product, a course, it's going to fill in. I don't want you to get overwhelmed trying to build every Kajabi product, but at least maybe start by the basic or growth plan, so you can actually, if it's a membership, bundle a community product, with a course product. Okay. So yes, thank you so much for being here with me today. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time. I hope you start building today. If you have any questions, jump on the Facebook group and ask me questions. Share with me your final template so I can see what you were able to build. And I'm here for you if you need. So add comments on this video, on the Facebook, or reach out to me. Have a great day, and let's start building and making money online. Bye-bye.